Should be live. Christ, am I tired? Why is this screen black? I think there's actually a delay. So that's a little disappointing. And let's open this curtain up. That way maybe we can have some natural light. Finally take these shoes off and relax a little. Oh my god. Japanese summers, man. They are hot, they are humid. Honestly, it's not been as bad as I was expecting. We had some rain earlier. It's a little damp in areas, but uh yeah. It wasn't as hot as I remember, but it's still brutally hot for someone that like I work the night shift, and whenever I go to work, I work in a freezer, which is good for summers. That way, I don't have to be in the heat. So like whenever I'm at work, I'm like in ski pants and like a ski jacket. I work in a freezer, so it's cool to not be burning up at work during the summer, but in the winter it's like cold. um, Especially like driving to work and stuff. So yeah, work isn't bad, but most of the time, but I'm just burned out on it. I haven't worked that long in a job since like 2012. It's rare for me to stay at a job over a year. I'm gonna give it a bit longer, and then we're gonna try to do some show offs of what I got from Uniqlo. Got some awesome stuff there. I wasn't expecting it to be on sale. Let me look at the receipt. Yeah, I was not expecting it. It was like 790 yen per shirt. Um, I guess they're working on phasing out these shirts, and moving on to the next collaboration. So these was incredibly on sale. So I was definitely surprised about that. Happy about it though. Plus 10 cents for the bag. You get like this amazing, well made bag for like 10 yen, which is like 6 or 7 cents. Wait, depending on the exchange rate right now, it might be more like 5 cents. So yeah, that's not bad. Didn't really get. I haven't done a lot of shopping today, honestly. Mostly went to Mandarake, went to the Mandarake in Nagano Broadway, walked up there. Won't be able to show any of these off. They're all H manga, and it's very heavy. It's like 8 H manga, and then we have another one, 2 H manga and a manga, because I wanted to get a regular manga. That way I can read it on the buses and trains. That way I can look more Japanese. It's surprising, but you'll still see a lot of like younger and older people like all together. Like honestly, most of them are on their phones, but you still see quite a bit of Japanese people actually read like physical books still. I was in, where was I? I was like, I think it was in Shinjuku, one of those stations. I was on a subway somewhere, and there was this like really old man. Clearly was like at least like 70, 80 years old, and he was reading a manga on the subway, and it was really neat. So I wanted to get a volume of Yotsubato. Got this in Shibuya. Was really hoping to get volume 3 because I don't have volume 3, but they had 7, 11, 12, and 13, I think, and I believe we're only up to like volume 14. These volumes come out so slow, and it's always really popular. Whenever they do come out, it like tops the charts because a lot of Japanese people really love Yotsubato. It's a really cute series, but I just got it that way I can take it with me. Really wasn't the best choice. Well, it was 350 yen, so it's not bad. It's not very expensive. But yeah, it's collecting out of order, and it probably would have been cheaper for me to actually find a bundle like volumes 1 through 14. That probably would have been cheaper still, but I guess I'm just gonna buy all the singles eventually. But yeah, I wanted an easier manga to read, and this was the one that I picked up. But yeah, mostly just H manga today. I got quite a few things off my list. Some things, no, actually, yeah, a lot of things off my list that I made because I made a list of H manga and regular manga that I wanted to get. But unfortunately, like, I went to Shibuya, the Mandarake in Shibuya, for the sole purpose of finding like a manga box, well, a manga set that I wanted to buy. Because last time they had a bunch of them that I really wanted, and I ended up getting just Kimono Uramachi last time, but I was hoping I'd get Rent a Girlfriend this time, Kanojo Akarashimasu. But unfortunately, they didn't have that. They didn't have a bundle for that there, so I might go to Ikebukuro tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. Might go there Thursday, Friday, but I don't want to spend too much. I've been working on getting a bunch of 1,000 yen. I have 15 of them so far for Kamikit. I've been working on getting some change as well. Wherever my change thing went. Working on getting a lot of 100 yen coins and some 500 yen coins, and some 10 yen coins. The rest of them are kind of garbage, honestly. Well, you can still use the 50 yen coins, but we have a bunch of Japanese coins. For Kamikit, need a lot of change and a lot of 100 yen, because don't think like some of the bigger vendors, they might actually be able to run like IC cards, your Pasmo and Suica cards, but for the most part, you need cash for Kamikit because it's just a bunch of just artists selling their dojin and stuff. So you need a bunch of smaller bills because they may not be able to break the bigger bills, or if they break the bigger bills, you may get it all back in like 100 yen coins if they're able to break it. And you don't want like, if you buy like one dojin from a person and it's like 500 yen and all you have is Ichiman yen, then it's like you're gonna get back so many 100 yen coins or like 500 yen coins because they may not have any sen yen coins. But yeah, been working on collecting a bunch of those for Kamikit coming up Sunday. Sunday's going to be the filling out day. There's not a lot of artists that I want to get stuff from there. But it's, again, I'm glad that the first day is Sunday. That way I can figure out where to get my wristband from and figure out the lines and just see how different it is compared to 2019, which was the last time that I came to Kamikit. And then Monday's the big day. Monday, I'm going to be spending quite a bit of money. Probably at least 2,500 yen? No, 15,000 yen? Something like that. Maybe even like 20,000 yen. We're going to spend quite a bit there. But luckily I have 40,000 yen plus 100 and what is that, like 40,000 yen and 15,000 yen in singles. Yeah, still have quite a bit and haven't even really touched my bank account. I only went to the ATM one time, and what was the exchange rate? What did I get? I got 50,000 yen and it was $361. So yeah, it's like I haven't even really touched my, well, the conversion rate. That's actually pretty bad. Yeah, 1 USD for 138 yen. That's pretty bad considering it was like all the way up to like 160 to 163, I believe, is where it topped out at. If only I would have got to come to Japan like 2 or 3 weeks ago, would have been amazing. I would have been getting so much more yen for my little bit of US dollars. We're still doing good on the exchange, because whenever I came in 2018 and 2019, it was like 118 yen per 1 US dollar, so we're still doing better than that. But anyway, let's get on to showing off the Uniqlo stuff that I got, because that's all that I have left to show off that I've got today. But I went and got most of the Oshinoko shirts. Hopefully this is showing up. And these was 790 yen each. Whenever usually, if I would have got these like whenever they first came out, they would have been probably 15 1500 yen or 1250 yen, something like that, is what they would have been. But really like this one. I might actually go back and get another one of these, or they may have only been on sale today. I'm not sure what the deal was, but whenever I saw the price 790 yen, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy like almost all of them, all of the designs. There was, I think, one or two that I did not get. Um, Here's the back of this one. This one's another Oshinoko shirt. Still need to watch this anime because I haven't seen the anime. I've been waiting on season 2 to end because whenever I do watch it, I'm probably going to have to either get a Netflix subscription, or I believe it's also on Amazon Prime, but I don't have Amazon Prime either. My parents do. I might be able to bum it off of them, but yeah, it's airing. I know it's airing on Netflix. It might be on Amazon Prime as well. Yeah, after season 2 ends, I'm planning to binge this. And of course, I had to get this one. Really like this blue. I might go back and get another of this black one though, because that's probably my favorite one so far. Really like this one. And whenever I find a Uniqlo shirt that I really like, I want to have one that I can like skate in, and one that I can like destroy, and then one that I'll keep nice. Those are the 3 Oshinoko shirts. Wasn't they starting another collab? I don't remember what it was. I know I saw it on Facebook probably like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's been a while. And I saw that another collab was coming. They had Pokemon collabing. I did see them have some Pokemon, and I believe they had some more stuff. I can go to the. Need to get to the Uniqlo in, I guess, Ikebukuro. That's probably like the one of the bigger ones that are here, because the one in Shibuya, which is the one I went to, it's a decent sized Uniqlo, but yeah, it's quite a bit smaller than the one in Ikebukuro. I believe that's the big one, or it might be the one in Shinjuku that I'm confusing it with. It gets confusing. I've been all over the place multiple times in all of these trips. I haven't even actually been in Shinjuku. Like, I'm staying like would probably take me maybe like 15 to 20 minutes to walk into like the deep part of Shinjuku, where all the shopping is. Like, I'm not very far from it, but I just haven't been down there. I walked up to Nagano Broadway today, which was about 2 miles there. I walked up to that, and then I rode the bus back. That's one thing that I have started doing on this trip is actually riding the bus. I've never really rode the buses in Japan or in Tokyo. It's just something I never did. I always just took the subways and took the trains. But now that I've been riding the bus, I actually think I like the bus better because there's less gaijin. Usually on the subways and the trains and stuff, especially like during certain parts of the day, there's so many gaijin, and they're always talking and loud and being obnoxious, and I just hate being around foreigners while I'm in Japan. So the buses, I've only been on like one bus where there was gaijin. All the other times, it's always like only Japanese people. So yeah, I'm probably gonna stick with the buses as much as I can. Of course, whenever I like go further than so many miles away, I'll definitely take the subway because it's just faster and cheaper at that point. Definitely faster. There's so many stops on a bus. That's what kills it. There's so many stops in such a short span. You can go like 2 miles and there's going to be like 12 or 15 stops. It's pretty insane, but the stops don't take long. You spend like less than a minute at each stop usually, so it's not bad. Oh, but yeah, that's one of my new things of advice because, like I said, I never really ridden buses while I've been in Japan. Really, on any of my other trips, I've ridden them a few times, but it's not something that I've really done a whole lot. I usually just take the trains and subways, like I said. Definitely, if like you're in Japan and it's like you want to get away from the gaijin and it's really not expensive, it's like 230 yen to like make the loop, get to wherever you want. It's on like a loop, so it's really not bad. Um, Actually, that's like really cheap. I should look up the price, see how much it would take, because I'm not far from a subway, and I could take the subway uh, to Shinjuku or to Shibuya, which isn't too far from where I am, and compare the price. I don't think both of them might be around the same price, honestly. It only gets up to like 500 and 700 yen, around those range whenever you go like further, or on some of the more expensive lines. Um, Not really sure what we're doing tomorrow yet. It is, what time is it here? It's 5:30. I'm thinking about going to the pool. There's a pool at this hotel. It's like the first Japanese hotel that I've been at, and there's a pool. There wasn't anyone in it yet because I can see it like out my window, and it's actually sponsored by uh, Tully's Coffee. They have a big like promotional thing like in the pool, a sponsorship, I guess. So I might go down and do that. Probably the reason no one's in it. I went down and I looked at it. It's 1,500 yen for an hour, which as long as that keeps like most of the gaijin out, that's one of my things that I really hate about going to pools, especially in America. It's like foreigners are so like Americans in general are like so loud and rude and obnoxious. So if I looked out my window and I saw a bunch of gaijin there, it's like there's no way I'd be going into the pool. But since it's looking like it might only be me, yeah, I'll pay 1,500 yen to go and relax in a pool because it's still pretty warm. It's looking like it's gonna get dark. That's strange. But it was supposed to rain today. Like it was supposed to rain. They originally said from like 11 a.m. like the rest of the day. It still hasn't really rained anywhere yet. Like we've gotten some sprinkles in some places, and it's got a little damp. But for the most part, the sun's been out all day, so that's been nice. I'm just hoping it stays nice at least Sunday and Monday. I do not want to be standing out in the line for like 4 hours in the rain if it's raining piss poor. So I really, really don't want to stand in the rain like that. Um, Even though I would have my umbrella, I brought my umbrella back with me to Japan. I always bring my umbrella with me. This is actually the second one that I bought. I already have another one at home, but I got that one on my last trip. Uh, you don't use an umbrella really whenever you're like in a line, even though it's raining. You kind of just stand in the rain because you're so close to each other that if you open an umbrella, it would just pour all the rain on everyone around you. So it's kind of bad manners in Japan to have your umbrella out if you're like standing in a line and it's like really crowded. Even if it's raining, you just really need to stand in the rain and suffer. Like everyone suffers equally, and don't pour all your rain on the other people around you. Yeah, I am excited to go back to Kamik. It's been so long, so long. So like 5 years. That's crazy. So crazy. I didn't expect it to take this long, but my schedule just it wouldn't. Well, I could have went last year like Kamik, but it would have costed a lot more. But I really wanted to go in November, so I chose going in November instead of waiting until December to go to Kamik. Uh, and yeah, as far as shopping, it's not a whole lot more I really want to do. Like I said, got to get out to Akihabara. Need to get back to Ikebukuro. Need to check the book offs there. I might have some luck finding some manga sets there. Might have some luck there for what I'm looking for. Because the ones I have written down is like a Rent a Girlfriend set, TC Master Takagi, Don't Toy With Me Nagataro. I picked these out from there's a website you can check for like how easy it is to read the Japanese manga. It's called Natively. You can go to that website and it has like you can like filter manga by like how difficult it'll be. Like is no, the lower the level, the easier it is. The higher the level, the more difficult it is. And my level right now is probably around like in the 17 to N20 is the manga that I'm reading currently. I'll try to bring it up right quick. And like Yotsubato, that's a manga that I can read pretty easily. Don't have to really look anything up. It's just one that I can read, and at least even if I don't know the word whenever I'm reading it in Japanese, I can understand it through the context because I understand like everything around the word. But Yotsubato is level 17, and the website's Natively. You can go to this website and like filter manga and see what levels they are. The higher the level, the more difficult. The easier the level, the easier it is. The lower the level, the easier it is. So you can get Chitsu. Cheese Sweet Home would be the English title, but you can get that one, and it's like level 15, so that would be like a really easy one. Uh, Shirokuma Cafe, I believe, is on here somewhere. I want to say it had like a higher score than what I expected it to have. Um, Let me see if I can find it real quick. I believe it's on the second page though. But yeah, I think Shirokuma Cafe is one of those. Um, it's basically one of the manga like everyone recommends to check out if you're like a very beginner in learning Japanese. It's like one of the ones that everyone reads, but it's just it's such a painful read because it's so boring. It's so boring. It's not good. Yeah, it's level 20. So Shirokuma Cafe is level 20, which is higher than Yotsubato. But it's like, I don't get why it's rated that on here. Um, it makes no sense to me because it's a much easier manga to read than Yotsubato. Maybe because it has like a bit more text than Yotsubato. Yotsubato has, it's pretty low on text, honestly. Shirokuma Cafe does have, it's consistent, whereas Yotsubato, it has, you'll have pages where there's no text, like multiple pages. Um, yeah, I was surprised that Shirokuma Cafe was level 20 natively. That's very, very surprising because it really shouldn't be. But yeah, I definitely don't recommend Shirokuma Cafe. I know a lot of people do. It is a very easy manga to read, but it's just painful. It's so boring. It's not bad, I don't guess, but it's just not interesting, at least to me. And a lot of the vocab is very painful to read. Not because it's hard, but it's just so boring to read. I'd much rather just breeze through volumes of Yotsubato instead of reading uh, Shirokuma Cafe. Yeah, I was really surprised that that's like 3 levels higher than Yotsubato, because Yotsubato has like words, like more, it seems like it has more words and more advanced vocab than Shirokuma Cafe. So I believe the ratings are based off of like user ratings, and is like combines all the ratings to give it its final score. But yeah, I was really surprised about that. Uh, uh, Sergeant Frog is another one. I should actually try to look for that one whenever I'm out there because it got canceled at volume 20 in the States. I don't believe anyone else picked it up. It's only 19 or 20. It's when Tokyo Pop went out of business in the United States for a while. Like they finally came back, but they only put out like Disney manga and stuff, so they're garbage now. Um, yeah, Sergeant Frog is one that I would enjoy reading. Um, I feel like it would honestly be a bit outside my level. That's another one. Like Sergeant Frog, it's definitely a higher level than Shirokuma Cafe. That makes no sense that they would both be rated level 20. It's very, very weird. But yeah, basically anything like level 20 and easier, as long as you're like above N5 level, JLPT N5, like you can read. You can at least read the manga, even if you do have to look up stuff sometimes. But everything like level 20 and below, yeah, you can probably read those. So it doesn't take a ton of vocab. I can't believe Doubt. Why is Doubt on here at level 20? See, that's wild. I figured that was like a seinen manga. I've never read it. I know Yen Plus, Yen Press. It's the one that published it in the States. That's another very strange one. Yeah. There's quite a few on here that I actually might try to find while I'm out and about. If I can find it in a bundle, that would be amazing. Um, but yeah, I'm pretty much holding off on buying too much. I've already bought too much H manga for sure. That's taken up quite a bit of luggage space, and I've bought 3 shirts. That way I can, because I only brought 3 shirts with me whenever I came to Japan this time. One, I knew I was gonna buy clothing while I was here, so I can just wear like some of the Oshinoko shirts that I brought. And 2, the hotel I'm at this time has laundry, so I'll be able to do my laundry here. So that's good. Um, but yeah, can't really buy a ton this week because I'm trying to manage my money because I don't know how much I'm gonna spend at Kamika. That's the the variable that is unknown to me at this moment. I don't know if I'm going to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars there because I'm probably going to buy almost every dojin that I see that I want. I'm definitely going to try to get all the ones off my list, and I know I'll see a lot more that I don't have on my list of artists that I want to like visit and try to buy Dojin from, but I don't know how much I'm going to spend there, and I don't know how much room it's going to take up. I know you can get 40. It varies on the Dojin too, because you can most of them are you standard around 20 pages, but sometimes you'll have these odd ones that are like 80, 90 pages, and they're much thicker. But you know, get a stack of. I think like in 2018 and 2019, I almost got like the same amount, and each time it was like this much H manga, which was quite a bit. I believe it was in between 40 and 50 H manga each. I think it was around that much. Again, we're talking 5 and 6 years ago. I don't remember because I know I counted them at the time, but I don't remember what it was. I think it was around that range though. I'm gonna try to buy up quite a few more this time though. Oh, let's see. But yeah, once Kami gets over, I'll have a better understanding of like how much money I have left for the trip, and the bigger question is how much room I have left in my luggage, because I was wanting to buy a manga set. I was wanting to rent a girlfriend, but if I can't find that anywhere, I might do something else. I haven't even made it to Akihabara to search for like video games and stuff, but I don't really think I should buy any video games, honestly, because I don't ever make time for video games, even like Japanese ones that I could count as like immersion. It's just, I don't know. The older I get, like the only video games I play, like that I've played at all in like the last 5 to 10 years, is multiplayer games like it's like local co-op, like your Wii Sports. I'll still play like Wii Sports, and there's like Mario Party. I'll play Mario Party. But those are only things that I'll play like whenever there's like friends and family over. We'll just play games like that. But whenever I'm alone, it's like the only video games I really play in like the last 5 years has been like Everybody's Golf on PlayStation 4, Skater XL I pop in from time to time. Just games that you can play like at the end of the day and just not think, just relax. Um, Not story based, just mindless games basically that you can play and relax with. That's basically the only video games I play. I don't play the last RPG that JRPG I played was honestly probably Persona 5, and that was quite a few years ago at this point. That's the last game that I put a lot of time into, I think. It's the last one that I can really remember. Actually, no, there was a Sonic Frontier. That's probably the last one. But I played that one for like 2 days. And I beat that game like really fast, like 2 or 3 days. That's the problem with video games. Like one of the reasons I don't play them is because I know if it's a good game and I'm really enjoying it, I'll get addicted and I won't do anything else for however long it takes me to beat that game. Uh, but also, it's like I don't have the desire to play video games really anymore. I don't know if it's a thing about like getting older and just having other interests, having other things you want to do, because you don't have a lot of time. But yeah, there's not even really reason to play video games for me. And that's one of the things I've been thinking about selling off a lot is just like all my video game consoles, all my video games. Because I'm definitely never going to get back. I'm never going to get around to playing them all. I have hundreds and hundreds of video games that I've never played and even more that I've never beat. So yeah, they're just taking up a lot of space that I can use for other things and use the money for like whenever I move to Japan. That's something that I've been considering. So yeah, not really sure if I'll buy any more video games whenever I'm here. Maybe if I could find like the Bleach Heat the Soul games on PSP, if I can find some more like PSP games, like anime games, might, because I am missing a few of those still. I'm missing a few of the Heat and the Soul games, 2 or 3 of them only. Have almost all of them. But outside of that, as far as like picking up random and miscellaneous games, yeah, probably won't be doing any of that. As far as anime, not really planning to buy any anime while I'm here this time. I almost bought some of the Tolaru OVAs that came in the manga. Tolaru Darkness, they had some of those at Mandarake. None of the Fairy Tail ones. Been trying to pick up the Fairy Tail OVAs. Haven't been having much luck with that. I don't know if they're too old at this point, but I believe the Tolaru and Tolaru Darkness ones are just as old or older. So maybe it's just the Fairy Tail ones sell out faster. I'm not sure. Um, didn't see the Kenichi ones either. Usually I see some Kenichi ones. I would want to get those, but those finally got brought over to the States. Eastern Star, I believe, or Discodec. I believe they brought over the OVA, so I'll probably just get that. That would be cheaper and easier, honestly. Um, as far as other anime, maybe I could find like Rent a Girlfriend for a good price. I wouldn't mind getting those Blu-rays if I could find them, but finding anime in Japan is a lot more difficult than finding manga for sure. Being an anime collector here, one, it's more expensive, and two, it's just hard to find what you're looking for. Um, because everything you'll find like one DVD or Blu-ray of the series or two, and it's just you can't really find the bundles. You don't see bundles for the anime as often as you do the manga series, because there's so few in the like. Whenever you buy like anime new over in Japan, like while you're here, or even just importing it, it's so much more expensive than buying manga. Like it's insanely expensive to collect Japanese anime. So I have a feeling a lot of the people that buy the anime are like really hardcore fans, and they're just the type that don't sell the stuff back. Which people that buy manga, um, like a lot of people just throw away their Jump issues, like Shonen Jump, which is something you wouldn't do over in the States, obviously. No one threw away their old Shonen Jump issues whenever it was monthly in the States. We had the physical volumes, but that's something that you do over here in Japan because you're basically getting a phone book size book every week, so it would be impractical to keep your Shonen Jump issues, so you just put them out with the combustible garbage like every week. You just read the stuff that you want, and then if you really like the series, you'd buy the physical volumes. And even then, you might only buy it and read it a couple times. You're only going to keep the ones that you really like, um, but you would just sell off the rest of them. That's one of the reasons you see so many bundles, and it's so easy to find manga series here, especially like your Jump stuff. Your Jump stuff, your Kodansha Comics, Shonen Sunday, stuff like that's really easy. There are some that are actually really hard to find here. Freezing is one of them. I forget what the Japanese publisher is for that, but I only saw like 3 issues of Freezing at the Mandarake in Shibuya. So that's one of those series. It's just really hard to find here. I don't know if it's because the sales are so low, the fact that it's been on hiatus forever, or maybe the people are keeping the volumes, but the anime got like 2 seasons, so there should be at least quite a few volumes of like the earlier volumes out there, but you just can't find those. You know, better luck finding like Go 13 volumes, and there's like over 200 volumes of that manga currently, and you can find tons of those around. Um, it's it's not the biggest seller. You don't really hear anyone talk about Go 13. No one's like really fans of it. It's like a seinen manga, and it's just been going on forever. But you can find the volumes. Like there's quite a few. I thought about picking up one of those while I was here. If I could have flipped through it and seen if it had furigana or not. I have a feeling it probably doesn't have furigana, and if it doesn't have furigana, I'm not at the level right now where I can read it. Next year I should be able to read manga without furigana, but for the rest of this year I'm probably just gonna stick with furigana manga. That way I can get by without having to look up things as much. There was a word I was thinking about. I'm at that point in my Japanese journey where I think of Japanese words and I can't remember the reading to them. It's like a Japanese word will pop into my head when I'm out walking or whenever I'm at work or while I'm studying or doing something else. And I'll be like, what is this word? I know I've heard this word. I know the meaning of it, but I cannot recall the meaning at this time. And it will just be random at times. So that's the point I'm at in my Japanese journey. It's so weird because I won't even be trying to think of Japanese words, but a Japanese word will just pop into my head. And sometimes I look them up. Sometimes I just sit and strain and try to remember, and then until I forget that I'm trying to remember, which doesn't make much sense. But yeah, I just wanted to come in and mainly charge my phone, get off my feet, cool down a bit. Might check the temperature and might head down to the pool, or I can do that tomorrow or Friday, because on the weekends it's quite a bit more to go into the pool. So probably going to try to end the stream here, and might try to stream later because I do need to try to stay up later tonight. That way I can go get my studying done tonight, because I really didn't like sitting in the hotel room for like a bit over an hour this morning before I could go out. I had to finish like my Japanese flashcards, kanji, sentence cards, N5 deck, N4 deck, my own sentence cards. really didn't like spending an hour in the hotel room like after I'd woken up. And basically, I was ready to go out for the day, but I knew I had to finish those. I'm probably gonna try to finish those tonight, because they're actually about to. It is almost 4 a.m. Back in the states where I live, which I have Anki set up that way it resets at 4 a.m. Every day. So I'll actually be able to start my cards here in about 10 minutes. So that's not bad. I'll definitely try to knock those out tonight. Might do a study with me stream on my other channel. Um, that way I can. I've been meaning to get back to that channel and start doing more study with me streams. Um, but I think it'd be really cool to actually I go out and like live stream from the park, because there's a park like really close to me, and I kind of want to start running in that of the morning, before it gets too hot. Um, it doesn't make much sense to do running though, because I walk like 5 to 10 miles every day while I'm in Tokyo, so I'm definitely getting my cardio in. But I don't know, not getting my heart rate up just doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel like I'm getting enough exercise while I'm in Japan, even though I walk a lot of miles. Just doesn't feel like it's enough, so I might try to force myself to go and run, even though I hate running. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here, and I might try to stream later while I study or after I study, during when I study, and just depends. I'll probably try to stream again either tomorrow or the next day. Depends on what I buy. I'll definitely stream after I finish up at Kamiken and get back, because I'll definitely want to bring whatever I buy back to the room before I go out again, because I'll need to go down to Odaiba, do Kamiken, then come back. Hopefully, I haven't looked to see what's the best way to get there. Not sure how direct I can get, how many transfers I'll need to do, or how long it'll take. So I'll probably do that soon. That way I can get an idea of how I plan on getting down there and getting to Kamikit, and then I'll bring my stuff back, and definitely will stream after those nights and talk about it, because I'm planning to meet some cool people while I'm at Kamikit, because the creator of Rent a Girlfriend's going to be there. The creator of Kanojo Mo Kanojo, or Girlfriend is the English name. He's going to be there. The artist of High School of the Dead's going to be there, but I've met him before. I've bought his H manga before, so I'm going to try to meet him again and buy whatever dojin he has. Soji Sato is his name. In his current series, Tri-Ajax, Tri-Ajax, I believe that's still ongoing. He's going to be there. The creator of Black Lagoon's going to be there. Hiroe Ray, I believe that was his name. He's going to be there. Like, I've walked past his booth before, but I didn't buy anything. I don't know why I didn't buy anything. It was either at 2018 or 2019 whenever I walked by. Might try to get something from him, but usually he has like dojin that I don't care much for. Usually it's like gotcha games or just stuff that I don't care much for. But I might actually get over there, or idol group stuff. Is he one of the ones that does idols? I know the creator. I know Soji Sato. He does a lot of dojin of idol anime groups like Love Live and stuff like that. He does a lot of those. I don't remember what Hiroe Ray does. I just know I haven't bought anything directly from him. Who else is going to be there? There might be some more mangaka that are going to be there. I did actually find the creator of Rent a Girlfriend. It's not really a dojin. It's like behind the scenes draft, I guess, of like one of the chapters, like an extended edition, I believe. I found that in Mandarake. Today it was like 2,500 yen. I almost bought it, but I'm kind of hoping he might have some selling. I'm kind of hoping he's selling some himself at Kamiken, because I haven't looked to see what he's gonna have there. I think he's gonna have some stuff, some new stuff. I don't know if he'll have any of the things that he sold at the last one, but looking forward to. Hopefully, I can meet him. He might be one of the ones that sells out in like 30 minutes, because I was gonna meet Butchayu. Butchayu. He's the guy that's famous for the Hooters line of dojin. And what else? He does a lot of comic book dojin. and I forget what his Dojin Circle's name is. It's like Herokuis or something. But Butcher you, whatever his name is, Butchau. I believe he's going to be back this year. I don't know if he is, but anyway, I tried to go to his booth one of the times I went to Comic It. It was like he sold out before I got there, and it was like less than an hour before I got over to like his table. But by the time I finally got over, because it's hard to get around at Comic Con because there's so many people, and you're basically like sardines the whole time you're there. It's so hot, it's so sweaty. It's like clouds of sweat like in the building, and it's a giant building. It's like there's so much. It's like almost like raining sweat. It's precipitation. It's like so hot and humid in there. It's insane. Um, but finally, by the time I got to his table, it's like he already had like his chairs on the table, which means it's like it was sold out and he was gone. I was like, wow. I was like, oh my god, that was so fast. But I did get to Fatal Pulse. Is that the circle name or the artist name? Fatal Pulse. I met him in 2016, and he had actually already sold out of all the Dojin, but he was giving away like out free stuff. So I actually got over to his table. I didn't get to buy any of his stuff, but he was giving out like free Dojin that was just like illustration samples of his works. So I got, what's that, one thing or two thing, I don't remember, but I got those from him like years ago. And the creator of Dance in the Vampire Wood. What's the name of the superhero one that he did? It says YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Yeah, I have no idea what that means. Don't know how to stream. But yeah, I guess I'm done talking about Dojin. I could sit here and talk about like H manga and Dojin forever. I could talk about rom-com anime and manga like ever. I was really close to getting Hansu X Torasu. Let me Google this. Hansu X Torasu. I know it's Hansu X Trash. Yeah. Alright, so that's what that looks like. Yeah, I was really close to buying up some of that manga while I was here. I was in Mandareke and I saw it had some of them. I don't remember if I had up through volume 6 or it's either 6 or 8 that I have up through of the manga. And I really wanted to buy it because they had up to like volume 14, I think, which is where it ends. So I was like really close to buying all of that. And that's one of those like rom-com, slice of life manga from years ago that I really enjoyed reading. I just never got around to buying the rest of it. Medaka Box was another one that I was going to buy because I'm only missing like a few volumes of that, but they didn't have all of them. But they had some of them, but I'm kind of hoping to get to the book off in Ikebukuro? Yeah, I think that's the one. Yeah, pretty sure that's the one. Because that's the one that has like an amazing manga selection. It's like the best place to buy manga in Tokyo. Because they have like the biggest selection of 100 yen manga, and I really like the 100 yen manga section. I love to go and browse that and find great deals on manga because that's the cheapest way usually to buy manga outside of like manga sets where it's like bundled together is going to the 100 yen sections and trying to fill out your collection that way. Yeah, if I lived in Japan and had as much excess money as I do in the States to spend on collecting, and I had a house here, like the same size as my house in the States, my collection would be so insane. It would be like 2, 3, 4 times what my collection is because manga is so cheap here. Like you could get an insanely large manga collection in Tokyo for so much of a fraction of what it cost in the States. Like, because it's actually cheaper to import used manga from Japan than it is to buy used manga in the States. It's cheaper to bring it over. It's still cheaper that way. But if you lived here, it would be so much cheaper even still. You're talking like 100 yen or less per volume on a lot. You're talking hundreds to thousands of manga volumes that you could get. It would be an insanely large collection, but the downside is it's like if I were to live here and with how much I would get paid to work here in Japan, most of my money is going to go on rent and living expense, and whatever apartment that I'm able to get is not going to be anywhere near the size of the house that I have in the States. So my collection would not be able to be as big. It would be physically impossible for me to fit my collection in most apartments here in Tokyo. It would cost so much money to get an apartment or a house big enough to have a massive collection here. So it's just not really worth it. But if the ideal circumstance, like if you could have a big house closer in Tokyo, it would be so easy to get a massive collection of manga. Like, no joke, you could get like over 10,000 manga volumes, like easily. It wouldn't be hard at all, and it wouldn't cost that much. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here, and we'll try to stream some more while I'm here. I've been saying I was gonna try to stream while I'm out and about, but I don't know. I feel weird whenever I'm out walking. I think I'm giving a bad example to foreigners. It's like I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm being a nuisance if I pull out my phone and I try to stream while walking around in Tokyo. It feels weird to me. But I might try to put my anxiety aside and try to stream while I'm out sometime. So I will see you guys later.